Hello everybody, welcome back to IELTS 0 to Hero series in yet another lecture, and today we are going to dive deep into IELTS speaking overview. Plus I'm going to tell you about 3 ways using which you can expand your answers in the speaking part 1 in the first part of speaking. So let's quickly dive deep into it. All right, and this is what we are going to dive deep into. हम overview समझने वाले हैं and we are also going to understand how to tackle part 1 questions, कैसे expand करें अपने ideas को. That is exactly what we have on the agenda today. And this beautiful PPT that I have prepared, you can get it if you enroll yourself in the free IELTS 0 to Hero batch by downloading PW app from Google Play Store. कुछ भी pay नहीं करना है, बस इस batch में enroll करना है and you will get these beautiful PPTs that we are preparing for you today. Along with you can get the daily practice papers, PDFs जो हम आपकी practice के लिए बना रहे हैं. Now let's get started. All right, coming to the overview. So your speaking module is going to be somewhere around 11 to 14 long minutes. That is all. 11 to 14 long minutes में ये module wrap up हो जाता है. You will not even realize and you will feel that oh my god, it has just passed in a blur. That happens in the speaking module. Now this module has 3 parts and you will be required for your passport, for your identification purpose. तो यहाँ पे आधार कार्ड वगैरह कुछ नहीं चलने वाला है, आपका पासपोर्ट चलेगा. ओरिजिनल पासपोर्ट मांगेंगे एग्जामिनर आपसे on the day of your exam. And now coming to the 3 parts, that what exactly do we need to expect in all the 3 parts of the speaking module. Now in part 1, they will easily ask you somewhere around 8 to 10 questions. This part stands for somewhere around 5 long minutes. जब तक ये पार्ट रैप अप होगा 5 मिनट आपके ओवर हो जाते हैं. अब 8 से 10 क्वेश्चन पूछे जाने वाले हैं आपसे पार्ट 1 में एंड अलग अलग थीम्स पे पूछे जाते हैं ये क्वेश्चंस. सो दे मे आस्क यू क्वेश्चंस ऑन लेट्स से गिफ्ट्स, they may ask you questions, 2-3 questions on gifts, 2-3 questions related to let's say animals, your favorite animal and stuff like that, whether you like going to zoo and all that stuff, and 2-3 questions related to let's say hometown. And ऐसा नहीं है कि इन्हीं topics पे questions आएंगे, they can throw any questions at you, but yes, part 1 questions are about you. So these questions, part 1 में जो questions होते हैं, they are about you, they are about your life, your likes and dislikes, your hometown, your hobbies, your childhood, birthdays, anniversaries. But then we cannot predict कि अच्छा ये ही 5 topics आने वाले हैं. They can ask anything. They can ask you, do you like eating chocolates? When was the last time you had a haircut done? What is your favorite kind of footwear? Now these are some questions that my students have reported to me that they were asked on the day of exam. So we can't really predict, and because हम predict नहीं कर सकते, don't even try to cram anything. रट्टे मारने की कोशिश भी मत करना. Anyway, so what should be the length of your answers in the first part? Well, it needs to be somewhere around 3 to 4 sentences. You should speak naturally and it should not be no one words. Do not answer in one word and no one liners as well. So a good 3 to 4 sentence structure will be a decent answer for your first part. And हम देखेंगे इसको कैसे deal कर सकते हैं. How can we expand our answers till 3 to 4 sentences. Moving on to part 2. Now here we call this the cue card round. And you are required to speak. What should be the length of your answer? The length needs to be 2 long minutes. They'll give you a topic. And so what happens? It only happens in part 2 that they will give you a topic in written and then they'll give you 1 minute to prepare on that topic. In that 1 minute, you need to jot down some ideas. ये इसकी हम practice करेंगे of course in the coming lectures, that how to deal with part 2 prompts and how to expand our answers till 2 long minutes. Don't worry about that. Today it's only about overview plus part 1. So yes, here you need to, once your 1 minute gets over, then you need to speak on that topic for 2 long minutes. Coming to part 3. Now part 3 is known as discussion round. Now here the questions are relevant to the cue card. For example, if in part 2 they asked that, okay, talk about an elderly person whom you admire, then in part 3 also they'll talk about senior citizens in general. So that's how the topic in part 2 and part 3 is related. However, in part 3 they are going to ask you somewhere around 5 to 7 questions. Now it's recommended that what should be the length of your answers? Your answers also need to be well elaborated in around 6 to 8 sentences. हर एक आंसर पे आपको 6 to 8 sentences का आंसर देना होता है, and then it's also recommended that you include examples here in part 3 answers wherever possible. जिस भी आंसर में हो सके add examples wherever possible. But yes, never try to cram anything. Practice a lot of topics, but do not cram. Moving on now, अब देखते हैं what exactly the examiners are looking for so that they can give you a high score. Exactly on what criteria they are going to judge you. Now the criteria number 1 is of course fluency and coherence. Now everybody understands what is fluency. It's just that there are some misconceptions. A lot of people feel that fluency is speaking too fast. It's not that. Fluency is like expressing yourself without fumbling. That's it. It's not speaking too fast. It's speaking naturally, neither too fast nor too low. Whatever your natural pace is, that is fluency. Anyway, going to coherence. Coherence means your ideas need to be logically connected. Logically connected ideas. Plus, in IELTS speaking, do not go off topic, stay on the track. If they are talking about X, don't start talking about Y. Now, if they are talking about X and you start explaining Y, then even if you are speaking fluently, the fluency score may go down. So, stay on track and do not deviate. Moving on, the next criteria is of course pronunciation. Now, pronunciation, of course, this interview is going to be recorded. There will be a recorder on the table. Now, if there is any single word that you are mispronouncing, that will be taken as an error. And there are quite a few words that we mispronounce. So we need to be careful of that. Another thing that we need to be careful of is the voice modulation. Now, when it comes to voice modulation, what exactly that is? Voice modulation means आपको robotic sound नहीं करना है. Now what the hell is this robotic sounding? Okay, for example, अगर मैं आपको ऐसे बोलूं, part 2 के बारे में अगर मैं आपको ऐसे बताऊं, in part 2 you will get a prompt and you will get 1 minute to prepare, and after that 1 minute gets over, you are supposed to speak for 2 long minutes. This is robotic and it actually turns off, it switches off the listener. It is actually something very boring. So you need to have a certain kind of voice modulation so that you don't sound robotic. उसके लिए क्या करना है? You simply need to speak as if you are conversating with somebody. Right now, I'm recording this lecture. There's nobody here. I'm speaking to camera, but there's still voice modulation, and I'm speaking to camera as if I'm talking to a real person. So practice like this. By speaking to camera, develop your conversational skills. Moving on, the next one is lexical resource, which means vocabulary. Now here in the speaking module, you can use formal as well as informal vocabulary. Writing में तो हम आपको informal vocabulary मना करते हैं, but speaking में you can go full blast with informal vocabulary. Under informal vocabulary, we have idioms, we have phrasal verbs. So they are good. If you are somebody who uses idioms, so it's an added advantage, but इसको लेके stress नहीं होना है. If you are somebody, now what is phrasal verbs? Let's quickly talk about it. For example, formal language में we say exercise, लेकिन इसी का phrasal verb informal क्या है? Workout. Workout means you now have a verb plus a preposition. Okay, that is phrasal verb when we add one verb and preposition. So workout is something that you are already using. Switch off for mobile phones, turn off For lights, electrical appliances, we turn them off. These are your phrasal verbs which probably you are already using. It's just that you are not aware कि अच्छा ये phrasal verb है. So don't sweat it, don't worry about it. Probably you are already using them in your language. Coming to idioms. For example, it's not my cup of tea. Cup of tea, or maybe, I mean, there's a whole list of idioms, but just to quickly explain what exactly idioms are. अब अगर आप ये चीजें यूज करते हो, idioms and phrasal verbs in your language, then good. And if you don't use these things in your language, तब भी high score आ सकता है. ऐसा किसी ने नहीं बोला कि आप idioms नहीं यूज करोगे तो high score नहीं आएगा. Of course, idioms is an added advantage, but if you are not able to use idioms but you are fluent, you are giving good elaborated answers, you are staying on the topic, your grammar is good, you will still get a good score. So don't sweat it, okay? Formal vocabulary, of course, the kind of vocabulary that we use in our essays, that kind of vocabulary is formal. Moving on to grammatical range and accuracy. So, of course, this is a language test, and here you need to show your grammatical skills also, and they will see, they as in the examiners will see whether you are somebody who is able to produce error-free sentences or not. वो देखेंगे आपने grammar में correct sentences produce करे हैं कि नहीं. That is accuracy. But what exactly range is, if you are following these lectures and आपने writing के lectures देखे हैं, then you would know what grammatical range is. Grammatical range means grammatical variety. तो आपको मतलब इसका क्या है? इसका मतलब ये आपको अलग अलग sentences यूज करने होते हैं, and these sentences need to be complex sentences, compound sentences, passive sentences. We need a few simple sentences as well. So we need different kind of sentence structures. एक ही तरह का sentence structure repeat नहीं करना होता. We need to give them grammatical variety. That is grammatical range. Now, of course, if you are doing good on each of these criteria, then you will get a high score. Otherwise, do not worry and just start practicing. Moving on now, let's quickly talk about 3 ways to expand our answers. Now, way number 1 is reasons. Part 1 is all about reasons. Just answer why or why not. Let me quickly give you a couple of examples. Now, look at question number 1 over here. It says, did you have a good childhood? Now, if I say, yes, I did, then I need to expand using reasons. So, if the examiner says, did you have a good childhood? How would I answer? I would say, yes, I did, because I have been blessed with amazing parents who have always supported me. And other than them, I have an amazing friend circle since childhood, and we are still good buddies, and I can share with them anything under the sun. And finally, my teachers have been amazing, and it is because of them that I have become such a confident human being today. Now, I expanded using 3 reasons, which are parents, friends, and teachers. Let's move to number 2. Now, here it says, did you learn to swim when you were a child? So, how would I answer this? Well, I didn't. I have always been a water baby and I enjoy water activities, and that is why we used to go for a lot of beach vacations. But as far as learning swimming is concerned, I was not that disciplined. I never tried to see if there's a coach around. Next one. Do you like pets? Now, most of you would say yes here, but mera answer no hai. I don't like pets. Now, if I do not like something, can I answer in negative? Yes, I can. It's just that if I am answering in negative, I will have to expand my answer using reasons. और वो मैं कैसे करूँगी? The question is, do you like pets? And my answer is no, I don't, because I'm somebody who is a working professional with a hectic work life, and I don't really get time for the kind of responsibility that having a pet brings. Other than that, I'm quite finicky about keeping my area spick and span, and pets create a lot of mess, which is why I wouldn't like having them around. So, I did nothing in these 3 answers, but I gave reasons. Yes or no? Do you like pets? No. Why no? I said I'm very finicky. Finicky मतलब मैं sunky हूँ. Sunky about what? About keeping my area spick and span. Spick and span means what? अपना एरिया साफ सफाई से रखना चाहती हूँ मैं, बट पेट्स जो हैं वो बहुत मेस क्रिएट करते हैं, एंड जो एडेड रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी आती है, आई एम नॉट रेडी फॉर दैट. सो रीजंस इज समथिंग दैट आई वाज एडिंग ओवर हियर इन ऑल द थ्री आंसर्स. Moving on to the second way of expanding the answers now, and here you have give examples. Now the very first question says, what do you do on weekends? Now, if this question is asked to me by anybody, how would I answer this? I would add examples कि मैं अपने weekend पे क्या करती हूँ. So I would say something like this. The question, what do you do on weekends? Well, it depends on my mood. Sometimes I really like to be alone and enjoy my solitude by just having a good novel in my hands. Other times I like to go out with my friends, have a blast and paint the town red. So it just depends on my mood. Nothing is fixed in this regard. That's it. Two examples. One, I like to spend time alone. Two, I like to go out with friends and paint the town red. Now, paint the town red is an idiom I used over here. When you go out and you paint the town red, that means you enjoy. I also said have a blast. इसका मतलब भी यही था, to enjoy. और ये अगर आपको vocabulary and मेरे hand written notes चाहिए, you know what to do. Enroll in this batch and you will get this PPT. Moving on to the next question now. Can you find food from many different countries in the area where you live? Oh, absolutely yes. I am a Delhiite and here we get almost everything. Be it a Japanese sushi or Italian pasta or pizza or maybe American burger. We get almost every kind of cuisine and delicacy here in Delhi. So in this answer also, I talked about examples of Japanese sushi, Italian pasta and pizza, American burger. What were all these things? They were examples, nothing else. So this is your second way to expand your ideas. If you see, I'm not repeating any ideas. Idea को repeat नहीं करना है. Moving on to the third way now. It says compare and contrast. अब ये कैसे करें? For example, question number 1 over here says, do you often go to cafes by yourself? By yourself means क्या अकेले चले जाते हो cafe? So how would I answer this? I would say, well, no. I'm not somebody who enjoys going to cafes alone. I like somebody's company with whom I can chit chat. But recently, I have been developing this habit that whenever I feel like developing content, I simply pick my laptop and go to a cafe alone and sit there with a mug of coffee and just dive deep into my content creation thing. So इसमें मैंने क्या करा, इसमें मैंने contrasting ideas दिए, मैंने दोनों साइड की बात करी. First I said no, I like somebody with me with whom I can chit chat. Alone, it's not my cup of tea. Going to a cafe alone is not my cup of tea. That's an idiom that I used here. लिख देती हूँ आपके लिए. It's not my cup of tea. लेकिन फिर मैंने क्या कंट्रास्टिंग आइडिया यहाँ पे बोला, दैट व्हेन इट कम्स टू कंटेंट क्रिएशन, then yes, I simply pick up my laptop, go and sit there alone with a mug of coffee and dive deep into my work. So work related चीजों के लिए मैं कैफे अकेले जाके काम करती हूँ, मुझे सिर्फ मेरा लैपटॉप और कॉफी चाहिए होता है, otherwise no, I need somebody with whom I can chit chat. So I'm going in both the directions and that is how I'm contrasting. First you say no and then you say yes. That is how you contrast. Moving on, do you prefer tea or coffee? Well, I am somebody who gets really cranky in the morning if I don't get my ginger tea. However, when I go to cafes, there I simply order cold coffee because nothing like a cold coffee when you are out. And that's it. I again went into both the directions. Morning में क्या चाहिए होता है? I need tea in the morning. But when I go to cafes, there I order cold coffee because nothing like a cold coffee when you are out on a hot summer day. And that's it. So what did I do? I went in both the directions कि tea भी चाहिए, coffee भी चाहिए. And that's how you compare and contrast. आप दोनों directions में जाके बोलते हो कि हाँ भी and ना भी. Alright, so this is how you can expand your ideas in the part 1 of IELTS speaking. And of course, in the coming lecture, we will understand how to deal with part 2 and part 3 questions also, but पहले अच्छे से part 1 समझ लो. इससे next lecture में भी मैं part 1 questions में dive deep करने वाली हूँ. And what kind of part 1 questions which were recently asked, which have been reported to me by my students. So stay tuned for that lecture also. And if you want this PPT with my handwritten notes and this 2-minute summary, again, you know what to do. Now here in the 2-minute summary, I have written the 3 ways using which you can expand your answers. कौन से 3 ways समझे हमने? Number 1, reasons, number 2, examples, and number 3, contrasting ideas. Contrasting means दोनों साइड की बात करते हैं हम उसमें. अवॉइड रिपीटेशन ऑफ आइडियाज. आइडियाज को रिपीट नहीं करना होता है, एक ही आइडिया को एक्सप्लेन करना होता है. 4-5 आइडियाज की लिस्ट भी नहीं चाहिए होती है, 1-2 आइडियाज से काम चल जाता है एज लॉन्ग एज यू लर्न हाउ टू एक्सप्लेन देम. नेक्स्ट इज कॉन्वर्सेशनल इंग्लिश. ये जॉब इंटरव्यू नहीं है गाइज. दिस IELTS स्पीकिंग इज नॉट अ जॉब इंटरव्यू. So you don't really have to be prim and proper the way you have to be in a job interview. You can wear casual clothes, your ripped jeans for all you want. But yes, conversational English means they want that kind of English as if you are talking to somebody. ऐसी वाली English नहीं चाहिए कि आप बुक से देख के पैराग्राफ पढ़ रहे हो, वो English नहीं चाहिए. कॉन्वर्सेशनल इंग्लिश चाहिए होती है जैसे आप अपनी फ्रेंड्स के साथ, अपने मैनेजर्स के साथ इंग्लिश में बात करते हो. दैट काइंड ऑफ इंग्लिश इज रिक्वायर्ड. Moving on, like I said, it's an informal interview. You can wear your informal clothes, your jeans and stuff like that. And this interview is going to be recorded. Like I told you, there's going to be a recorder on the table. Whatever you speak, whatever the examiner speaks, everything is going to be recorded. And here you go. Enroll in the PW IELTS Zero to Hero batch by downloading PW app from Google Play Store and get all these PPTs that we are preparing for you along with your practice papers that are PDFs, DPPs that we are creating for you. I'll see you in the next lecture and I hope this was helpful to you. Bye bye everybody. Take care and I'll see you in the next lecture.